All right, welcome back. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take all of this and turn it into all of this. Let's get started. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Dave Guerra, U.S. Army veteran, 11 Bravo. This vet cooks. All right, what are we doing today? We're doing baked beans and bacon wrapped hot dogs. Real simple, 3 ingredients. It's all we really truly need. So let's get on with it. Let's see. What do we need? Well, we're gonna use the spicy saucy spoon baked beans, some applewood bacon, and some hot dogs. And let's take them out of the package. And we're gonna need that that applewood. I just saw that applewood smoked beans, and then the bacon is also applewood. So it's gonna be pretty nice, and it will taste good. That's a 28-ounce can, by the way. 28-ounce can. Let's get that bacon out of the way. In this, we're using a Temptations. Wait a minute. Yeah. Temptations bowl. There it is. Or a baking dish. And it's like a 6x9 is really what it looks like. So again, doesn't need to be anything big. Again, we're only using 1 can. This will serve 2 or 3. Just depends on the serving size that anybody wants. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up the can of beans and get started and make this all happen. So again, we need to definitely get the oven up to 350. So we'll do that here in just a second. All right. So first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and open up the can. Now be careful. It's you know the can openers nowadays. They're all fidgety. There's really nothing new. But we're gonna open up the 28-ounce can of baked beans and add that to the baking dish first. So we're gonna do the bottom layer. All right. There we go. All right. And again. It's like I said, these newfangled, you see it's got a little magnet, but it won't pick up the lid. You got to be careful. Don't cut yourself. Don't slice the finger there. I am a professional. I open cans. Okay, so there we go. Let's get that dumped in there. There's all that liquid first and all the beans settle in. And so we'll get that all dumped in there nice and neat. And there we go. Yep, make sure we got everything. There's a couple of strays, but no big deal. All right, so now we're going to get our little silicone spatula, get the last little bit of the beans out. There they are. I told you it was just a couple. And then we'll spread everything out evenly across the bottom of the baking dish. Again, not that difficult. Like I said, just 3 ingredients. And the meal is really easy, real quick. It's not an original recipe. It's something that's been done before, more likely camping. People go camping. And as I was cooking this, making it, and the aromatics were coming out, it kind of reminded me of going camping. Do I still have beans in here? I think I did. So yeah, there they are. We'll get them out, but that'll be enough of that can. We'll go ahead and dispose of that can here in just a second. There we go. Put that lid back down in there. That way we don't cut ourselves. Alrighty. Now, like I said, we're going to need to preheat the oven. So we're going to go ahead and hit the bake. And on my oven, I don't know about yours, but mine defaults to 350. So all I have to do is hit the run, and now it's preheating and getting up to temperature. So again, 350. All right, so now we're going to get our hot dogs here, and just using our favorite everyday paper plate to go ahead and prep the hot dogs, and that's where they'll go in, and then we'll layer them after we've wrapped the bacon around them. All right, so I'm using these bun length hot dogs. So again, you don't have to have bun length hot dogs, but that's what I happen to have. You don't have to use them, but again, that's what I had available to use, so I went ahead and did that, and nicely fits inside the baking dish. So we're going to do all of them because, hey, I like leftovers, so we'll do some leftovers. And then the applewood bacon, again from our local H-E-B. There we go, got that opened. Yeah, we had a little trouble with our shears over the holiday, and they broke. So we were trying to cut the turkey backbone there for the spatchcocking, and that didn't work out. All right, but don't worry, we're getting some new shears. All right, look at this. It's real easy to wrap. If you've never wrapped it, it kind of wraps itself and then it sticks together, and then we just line it up. There we go, and that stacking them in there, and we'll do 1, we'll do 2, and then, hey, we'll also get ready and get started with, while I'm doing this, we'll go ahead and do our picks. So we'll make sure that happens here in just a second. Now you see there's some spacing, so eventually I'm going to have to end up pushing them really close, really tight to what's going on the dish, and you'll see that here in the back end. But in the meantime, while I'm doing it, it's time for the week 13 picks, like I said. And as always, before we go forward, we got to go backwards. So last week, let's take a look at last week. Yikes. I went 7-9 Yeah, that's not good. That puts me at 89 and 91 for the season. So let's get started with Week 13. We got a lot of work to do, and it's a lot of fun. So Thursday, the Seahawks take on the Cowboys. I hate to say this, but the Cowboys have got the W. Sunday, beginning, Denver takes on the Texans. I'm going to give this one to the Texans. Next, we have the Chargers traveling to New England to take on the Patriots, but I'm going to give the W to the Chargers. All right, next is the Detroit Lions travel to the Big Easy to take on the Saints. Giving this one to the Chargers. Not the Chargers, the Lions. Sorry about that. It's the Lions, not the Saints. All right, next game. The Falcons travel to New York to take on the Jets, the not-so-ready-for-primetime Jets. But I'm still giving it to the Jets on this one, getting ready to make things happen, provided they let Aaron Rodgers come back. The Cardinals travel to Pittsburgh, and the Steelers are going to give the Cardinals an L, so the Steelers get the W. Carolina Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm giving this one to the Panthers, so let's see what they do. Next game is the Indianapolis Colts take on the Tennessee Titans. Giving this one to, that's right, the Colts. And the next one, it's going to be an interesting matchup. The Miami Dolphins travel up to Washington to take on the Commanders. Giving this one to the Dolphins. And the Cleveland Browns travel to the West Coast to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Giving this one to the Rams. San Francisco 49ers travel to Philadelphia, and the Eagles will take the W on that one. And the Sunday night game, it's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Green Bay Packers, giving this one to the Chiefs. And the Monday night game is Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. There we are. And giving this one to the Bengals. Okay, next, the bye. Their byes are back. Not for much longer, but they're back. And the Ravens, the Bills, the Bears, the Raiders, the Vikings, and the Giants all have the week off. So there you go. Those are my picks. Those are the buys. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I'll end up doing better. All right, but let's get back to cooking here and making things happen. There it is. Come on. There it is. Finally, a little slider. And there it is. I'm wrapping up the last one. So you see it does have room for all 8 of the hot dogs. There we go. And that's it. So we just make them. All right, so now we're ready. That's it. Let's clean up a little bit. We'll save we'll move the remaining bacon. And again, now reminder, what you see right there, again, they're all wrapped up. They're exposed to the heat in the oven. They will be. But again, they're not going to crisp up. You're not doing this on a fryer. So here we are. We'll go ahead and get in there. Open up that and get the gloves on because that rail, I'm putting it in the middle rail. So I've got the top rail. There's the middle rail. And so I'll get those going in here. And that way we can just push it back in and off we go. And again, 30 to 40 minutes later, we take it out. There it is. Now, again, as I said, the bacon's not going to be crisp. That's what you see here. You're not seeing it crisp because, again, it's baked. All right, but it's done. And you see the beans. Everything looks nice. So we're ready to start serving. We're going to start plating this, and we're going to start making this happen. Again, very simple, very easy to do. Quick time. It's outstanding. It's very tasty. So we'll continue here, and we'll go ahead and move on over or transition over to our plates, like getting everything ready. Yep, just again, reinforcing everything about the bacon, just reminding you it's done and it's not going to be crisp. Okay. All right, so we're going to spoon out 2 and the beans, and then we'll go ahead and get started. But hey, I don't need to tell you that. I'm going to go ahead and eat, but listen, I'm Dave Guerra. You got my picks, and this vet cooks.